We are wrapping up Day 3 coverage of the 2015 NCAC Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving Championships from the Trumbull Aquatic Center here on the campus of Denison University. I'm Russell Kramer of the North Coast Athletic Conference. We opened up Day 3 of finals this evening with the 200 medley relay in front of another raucous crowd. In the women's race, it was the Kenyon ladies team of Celia Oberholzer, Katie Kastner, Laura Duncan, and Jenner McLeod that touched the wall first with an NCAA B-cut time of 1:42.29. Denison finished second, and Wittenberg took home third. In the men's relay, Denison's Conrad Warren, Al Nenning, Andrew Rich, and Ryan Fleming hit the wall in a time of 1:29.55, a new pool record to take home first place. Kenyon finished second, and Wabash was in third. In the opening individual events, the 400 IM, it was Denison junior Taylor Johns who picked up her second career individual NCAC title as she touched the wall to win the 400 IM in a time of 4:24.48. After the race, the junior talked about her outstanding performance.
It was very important. Obviously, it's the first individual race, so you got to get everyone pumped to swim fast for the night, and it's really exciting, and I got to swim it with many of my teammates in that heat, so it was extremely exciting.
Well, you mentioned you had a number of teammates, as you said. How much confidence does that give you, knowing that you get to swim against your teammates like that in practice every day, so you know day in and day out you're going up against the best competition? Does that give you a lot of confidence going into a final like tonight?
Oh, of course. I mean, you're competing against the best of the best, and you get to train with them every day, so we push each other every day during IM sets and different things like that. And it really makes a difference when you're in the water because you know that they're right there with you.
Certainly over the course of the 4 IM, you're tested on all your strokes. What are you most confident in? What did you feel really drove home your victory this evening?
Definitely most confident in the freestyle. That's my main event. So the other 3 strokes are there, but I really like the freestyle.
In the men's race, Harrison Curley won his first of 2 individual events this evening, touching the wall in the 400 IM in a time of 3:54.50. The Kenyon senior talked about his outstanding IM performance after the race.
It was extremely exciting. Our team has had some great 4 IMs in the last 2 years that I've been here, and it's been a lot of fun. I was really excited to be able to swim next to Trevor again. It's a training that we get to do all the time, and extremely impressed with one of our freshmen, Matt Leanhouse, who came in 4th, was for the first time under 4 minutes today. So it was just a lot of fun for me to be able to get in and swim against all of my teammates, and really just try our hardest.
3:54.50 for you on that time this evening. The 4 IM really tests everything, obviously, all 4 strokes, and a pretty grueling race. How did you feel at the end? Was it something, obviously a good time, but it tests you, and to get first, did you feel pretty confident after that?
It felt good. I've really been trying to build on my confidence, especially on my first 100 throughout the season in this 4 IM, and I just went in and really tried to do it the way that I know how, and it was great to finish and be able to touch first.
Denison sophomore Carolyn Kane picked up her first ever individual NCAC title this evening when she touched the wall in the 100 fly in a time of 55.84. The sophomore spoke about her NCAA B-cut time after the race.
Yeah, well, I was most excited not just for myself but for the whole team to get those extra points, getting first, and then Krista Garbarino getting second, looking in the stands and just knowing that we got first, second, and we had another flyer in there, get some extra points for the team and get another lead.
Well, you mentioned the team effort. This group had a really nice evening today in the second day of competition. Where's the confidence level with this team as you head into tomorrow? I would imagine it's pretty high after a lot of really nice swims from a number of accomplished swimmers this year.
Yeah, we had a lot of confidence going into this meet in general, but then seeing each swimmer performing their best and diving and just going best times, and race after race we're doing great, so that gives us more confidence that what we're doing worked and that we can go even faster tomorrow.
Touching the wall in 48.65, Denison junior Andrew Rich picked up his first ever individual NCAC title as he took home the 100 fly championship. It was the first Big Red swimmer to take home that title in the event since 2009. After his swim, the junior talked about his outstanding performance.
Yeah, it was a great swim. I liked the event. It was exciting. I've been really trying to get down there in the 48 for a while, so it feels good to get down there.
For you, your first individual NCAC championship, and for this team, the first time since 2009 a Denison swimmer has won this event. What do both of those things mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, it means the event for us is moving forward. We got a lot of people that have been doing very well in that event. So it's definitely going back to where it was before.
And finally, for you, those touches and turns on the walls in a 100 fly, when it can be such a tight race, how important are those, and what are the specific things that you're really working on to be sure you're maximizing those opportunities?
Well, I mean, the walls are something that can always get better. I always try, to go a little farther, and really, it's just something you can always improve on, so I'm always thinking about it.
Denison sophomore Campbell Costley continued to impress at the 2015 NCAC men's and women's swimming and diving championships as she touched the wall in the 200 free in a time of 1:50.15. The sophomore picked up her second individual event title this week as she won the 500 free yesterday in the first full day of competition. She will go for her third individual title tomorrow in the 16:50. After her 200 free win, Costley talked about her NCAA B-cut time.
I was really excited that we could get 3 of our top swimmers in that heat. It was really exciting to rack up those points, and we really gained some ground on that 200, so, it was really exciting.
Talk a little bit about the differences between last night you pick up the win in the 500. Tonight you win it in the 2 free, sort of a sprint distance type of event. What are the differences for you in terms of your mental strategy coming into an event like this evening versus the 500 last night?
I don't really train for the 200 as much as I train for the 500 and the mile, but we've been doing a lot of speed work, and I know as it gets closer to taper, it's just going to come a little bit easier in the 200, so I had to force it a little bit, but it worked out.
And finally, Campbell, going into tomorrow's prelims, it's so important for this team to put up some really good swims in prelims and get swimmers into those finals, whether it's the A, B, or C finals, just to give yourself opportunity to continue to score points. How important will tomorrow's prelims be in the final day of competition?
Really important. I think just for the morale of the team. We need to get as many people in those heats as possible, and I think we're looking good. So.
In the men's 200 free, we saw our first NCAA A cut. It was Kenyon senior Austin Caldwell who touched the wall in a time of 1:36.91. For Caldwell, it was his second individual title of the meet. After the race, Caldwell talked about his NCAA A-cut time.
It means I'm in great shape for nationals. I think last year I was an 8.5. Now I'm a 6.9 at this point in the season, so pretty excited for the next couple of weeks or several weeks.
Co-champion last night in the 50 free. You come back tonight and pick up your an individual title in the 2 free. You look really comfortable out there. What about what for you is different between the 50 free and the 200 free that made you look so much more comfortable out there in the water?
I've done the 2 free so many times in dual meets, and I go after it, and I've just become really comfortable in the 2 free, and I've been working on becoming more comfortable in my 50 and 100.
Like last night, relay team closes out day 2, a full day of competition with a really nice relay win in the 8 free, giving this team a lot of confidence moving forward. For you, as a senior, your last day at an NCAC championship, what will tomorrow be like for you, and what does this team need to do just to continue to build on the success for the great swims that you guys have had put together so far this meet?
I'm not sure. I think we've done really well, and especially our relays. I think we've won all but one so far. So that's really exciting, and I think we have a good shot tomorrow in the 4 free, and it should be fun.
Touching the wall in 1:03.21, Kenyon junior Katie Kessler took home the women's 100 breaststroke this evening. Kessler, who defended her title from a season ago, talked about her victory after the race.
Yeah, I was really excited to swim with so many of my teammates in the heat, and they've been doing so well, so it really got me going, and the heats before us and other events were really exciting as well, so it was awesome.
I know you're excited, obviously, with your win individually, but some really nice swims from the team as a whole tonight. Just talk about day 2, for the full second day, where this group is at, and how much confidence that you're starting to build going into tomorrow.
Yeah, after day 1, I think we got all our jitters out and really settled into the meet. We have more energy, and we're more engaged into all of our swimmers' performances, so I think that's been great for us.
In the men's 100 breaststroke, Denison senior Damon Rosenberg completed the sweep as he picked up his 4th straight NCAA 100 breast crown. Rosenberg, who touched the wall in 54.79, talked about his amazing accomplishment after the race.
It means a lot. It's really special to start off something your freshman year and then continue it, especially with how fast the NCACs have gotten. The times have dropped and everything, and I believe it's quite a feat to stay on top for 4 years in a row.
You go 1-2 in this event with your teammate Al Nenning. What does that mean to you, just to have a guy like that you can practice with day in, day out, compete against, and then when you both touch the wall and know you guys are 1-2 all-conference performers, that has to mean a lot to you as well.
Yeah, it does. It's nice to, especially with Al being a sophomore, it's really nice to have a training partner that's young. So being a senior, I'm leaving after this year, it's nice to know that when I'm gone, there's someone else to carry through that. And especially with how fast he's been, and he's getting faster and faster, it's great to see the young talent on this team really step up.
So as we look ahead to tomorrow, a lot of confidence with your team tonight with a lot of very impressive swims. What does this team need to do tomorrow, really maybe particularly in prelims in the morning, to really give this group a chance to finish out this NCAC championships with the brightest spot?
It's all about getting bodies into the finals, A finals, B finals, preferably A finals, but it's just bodies and points. And the more people that you throw into those top heats, the more points, the more performances you're going to get out of them. And so it takes a strong prelim session. We have our divers coming up too, and so it takes a strong performance out of both of them just to get as many people back as we can and get as many points on the board.
Like Rosenberg, in the women's 100 backstroke, the final individual event of the evening, it was Kenyon senior Cecilia Oberholzer who completed the sweep, touching the wall in a time of 55.88. Oberholzer, who won her 4th straight NCAC crown in this event, talked about her outstanding achievement after the swim.
I'm very happy with the end result, though it hurt a little bit. At conference I don't always feel great on that last 25, but I tried to relax it a little bit more than this morning, and I was right on my time, so, and it still hurt at the end, but it's good practice for what comes next.
55.88 with your time this evening. For the backstroke, just talk a little bit about those turns. Obviously, they're a little bit different with the backstroke. How important are those for you in terms of really trying to hone in a solid time, and in tight races like this, those turns I would imagine make quite a bit of difference.
Yeah, we work on turns a lot in practice, and I think that it's a really integral part of at least my swim, because I'm a very kick-based swimmer, and I think that the years that I've seen the most improvement in my times and in my backstroke events have been when I really focus on getting those underwaters really tight and powerful. I was having some trouble like in my other 100 backs and then in the 50s getting my fly kicks off the walls to feel correct. And I think that in this race it was the closest to what it should have been, or what it should have felt like. So I was happy with that. But definitely I think a lot of the time the race is won off of the walls, so they're very important.
Closing out the individual swims of the evening, as he opened up the individual swims of the evening, it was Kenyon senior Harrison Curley who picked up the 100 backstroke title in a time of 48.81. Curley, who earned his 2nd individual title of the day, talked about his swim after the race.
It was a lot of fun. It's a very quick race, so it was just kind of like get in and get out. But it was also incredible to have 5 of my teammates, 6 of us in that final heat. Another freshman, Matt Cooper, has been a really big breakout star in our backstroke, and I'm excited to see where he goes next. He's being consistently under 50, and I'm just so proud of what our backstroke team has done this year, and I'm happy to be a part of it and be a leader as a senior.
48.81, a new pool and meet record. Just talk about what that honor means.
It means a lot. It's a lot of fun to be able to come in here and swim my hardest and do all of that. And I just wanted to really race and touch first. And so having any sort of records is just like icing on the cake.
A lot of great individual swims for you tonight. But as we look ahead to tomorrow, there's some great team swims as well. You close out the evening. Kenyon picks up a very nice 800 free relay victory. Just where is this group moving into tomorrow? A lot of positive momentum, I would imagine, heading into the final day of competition.
Yeah, we're going to try our hardest. It's the last day. It's the hardest day of the meet for everyone. So we just have to stay tough, make sure we're doing all the right things to recover. And I don't know. We're going to do what we do, not take things too seriously, watch cartoons when we get back, and just have fun with it. So we'll see.
At the conclusion of the individual swims, the pool turned its attention to the diving well, as the women's 1-meter board was up for grabs. It was Kenyon junior Maria Zarka who set a new pool record, winning the event in a score of 4:56.90. The junior, who swept the boards for the second straight year, talked about her outstanding performance at the completion of the competition.
All the girls did an amazing job. I'm so happy for how they all did. I'm happy with my performance as well. I'm glad that it ended up the way it did. After yesterday's performance, we're a little bit like we could use a good meet, and that's what we got today. So
4:56.90, the new pool and meet record. You broke your mark from a season ago. Just as you mentioned, even though you won the 3-meter to open up things on Wednesday night, there seemed to be a little bit of frustration. You sort of talked about just wanting to relax and come into today sort of with a fresh start. Just how happy are you that you were sort of able to reset and really put together an excellent performance this evening?
yeah, I'm really glad about the way it worked out. Yesterday was just an off meet. You know, you always have those kind of meets where things just don't come together, and luckily today it wasn't a trend.
So for you moving forward now, after sweeping the boards here at the NCAC Championships Regionals to look ahead to, what needs to happen between now and then for you just to continue to build off of this momentum heading into regionals and put forth your best performance there?
Just a lot of tweaking. All the right puzzle pieces are there. I just got to put them together.
We closed out an exciting day 3 of competition from the Trumbull Aquatic Center with the 800 free relay. In the women's race, it was Denison's Campbell Costley, Taylor Johns, Kate Wright, and Alex Elizas who won the event in a new pool record time of 7:27:33. DePaul took home second, while Kenyon finished third. In the men's race, the Kenyon squad of Westmans, Joey Doronio, Austin Caldwell, and Gabrielle Balot McGrath won with a new conference and pool record time of 6:37:24. Denison took home second, while DePaul finished in third. Finally, let's take a look at the standings at the end of our third day of competition. First, we'll take a look on the men's side. Denison continued to hold its lead in first place, finishing the day with a score of 1,276 points. Kenyon found its way in second with 1,198.5 points. DePaul sat in third with 698 points. Wabash sits in fourth with 677 points. The Wittenberg Tigers sit in fifth with 444.5 points. Worcester with 441 points sits in sixth. Ohio Wesleyan with 397.5 points is in seventh. Oberlin with 367 points is in eighth. In ninth place with 301.5 points sits Allegheny. And Hiram with 199 points is in 10th. On the women's side, Denison with 1,349 points sits in first. Kenyon in second with 1,208. DePaul with 823 points is in third. Oberlin with 629 points is in fourth. Wittenberg with 582.5 points is in fifth. Worcester with 507.5 is in sixth. Allegheny with 483 points is in seventh. Ohio Wesleyan with 335 points sits in eighth. And Hiram with 226 points is in ninth. That will wrap up our exclusive Day 3 coverage of the 2015 NCAC Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving Championships from the Trumbull Aquatic Center here on the campus of Denison University. Please visit our website, www.northcoast.org, as well as follow us on Twitter, @NCAC, for all the latest news and updates. We hope you join us tomorrow as prelims get underway at 10 a.m., followed by the men's 1-meter board competition at noon, and then the finals get started at 6:30 with the senior celebration coming shortly before. For all of us at the NCAC office, I am Russell Kramer. We hope you've enjoyed today's coverage, and thanks so much for watching.